Our next presenter is Blake Segler. Blake is in the first year of his PhD. His principal supervisor is Martin Ebert, and their project involves collaboration with the University of Wisconsin. Blake loves physics and regularly demonstrates as part of outreach programs encouraging high school students to enter the fires, but really just looking for an excuse to play with liquid nitrogen. Outside of physics, Blake has a passion for music, having played piano and saxophone for over a decade. He is currently the vice president of the Combined Districts Concert Band. Blake's thesis title is Modeling Tumor Vasculature and its Response to Anti-Angiogenic and Radiation Therapies. And his 3-minute thesis title is A Vessel of Hope.
Cancer. It's responsible for 1 in every 7 of all human deaths. We spend billions of dollars year in and year out researching it, trying to understand and treat it. But our success in this endeavor continues to be greatly limited. So why is this? Well, cancer is really just an umbrella term for an incredibly large family of diseases. Tumors vary not only based on their location within our own bodies, but also from patient to patient. If we're going to successfully treat tumors, we have to account for this biological variability. Now, we'll be focusing on the vasculature supplying tumors. This is the delivery system that transports oxygen, drugs, and nutrients towards the tumor. It's governed by what are known as angiogenic factors. Angio meaning vessel, and genic like genesis being to form or create. In healthy tissue, we have a nice balance between the pro and the anti-angiogenic factors, leading to a well-structured vasculature. But in tumors, this balance is thrown out. We have an excess of the pro-angiogenic factors, leading to chaotic growth in our vasculature. Vessels formed are abnormal. They're tortuous, leaky, and in general just very inefficient despite the great quantity present. We could try and get rid of all of this vasculature, but not only is that likely to affect our healthy tissue, it can also lead to problems later down the line when we rely on this delivery system for our later treatments. Chemotherapy, for example, relies on transport of drugs to the tumor, while radiation therapy relies on an adequate oxygen supply being present at the tumor site. So rather what we want to do is try and restore the balance in our angiogenic factors. And if we can do this, we might have again a more normalized and efficient vasculature system. So we can do this by supplying the patient with what are known as angiogenic, or rather anti-angiogenic drugs. But how do we know just how much to give a patient, and how do we know how this will later affect the efficacy of our radio and chemotherapy? Well, this is where our model comes in. Our model is the very first in the world to be able to take in patient-specific data, like CT scans or PET scans, and use these to determine a specific tumor and vasculature for that patient. Not only that, but incorporating biology, computer science, mathematics, and physics, we can evolve that tumor in time to see what it will look like 2 weeks from now, based on various courses of anti-angiogenic drugs. And this is just the beginning. From there, we can determine the efficacy of every possible scenario of chemotherapy or radiation therapy to determine the most optimal situation in treating this tumor. It's estimated that 1/3 of you here today will develop cancer at some point in your lives, but models like ours provide hope. Hope that if that should happen to you, you'll receive the most optimal combination of treatment strategies possible to ensure that your tumor is treated well. Our model is really ensuring that every patient in the future will have the best chance of beating their tumor. Thank you.